Hey guys, it's Brendan Borman back for another 270 video. This is part 3 of this series, what candidates would I add to the game. I'll go over the stats and tell you why I think they'd be a valuable part to 270. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any 270 content. Today's first candidate is Rush Limbaugh. Rush was going to be a part of part 4, but after his news of his passing, I thought it would be appropriate to include him in today's video. The conservative radio host was 7 years old and a conservative icon. His slashing and divisive style of mockery and grievance reshaped American conservatism, denigrating Democrats, environmentalists, and other liberals while presaging the rise of Donald Trump. Limbaugh had been battling lung cancer since February of last year. Last February, President Trump awarded Rush the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor. Inside the game of 270, Limbaugh would have to feature several distinct and large penalties, especially with minorities. And with women, a large penalty because he even coined the phrase feminazi. But his largest penalty would come in the form of labor and environment. A vocal conspiracy theorist, Rush was an avid opponent to climate change. Specifically, I assigned him a 50% negative in labor and environment and 35% negatives in Latino, African American, and women's movement. Other Democratic penalties such as high tech or towning out would also make sense, but he does speak at colleges and has endorsement deals with technology companies, so I did bring his penalty down to a respectable 10% each in those categories. However, if someone was to use hypothetical Rush Limbaugh, they would be best served to start off with his 40% big conservative. With over 15 million people listening to his radio show, he did have an energetic base and would garner some state group support in Republican categories such as manufacturing, oil and gas, and agriculture. Rush grew up in my home state of Missouri in Cape Girardeau. Rush would have to have a swing state penalty. He is too controversial among moderates and was even fired from ESPN for making negative comments about former Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb. I know the news of his passing is fresh, but condolences to his family. The second candidate is Vermin Supreme. I had to call on my friend Tyler DeMora for expertise on Vermin, and thanks to him and Wikipedia, I was able to assign some stats. Can you imagine giving your opponent the boot with old Vermin? Vermin Supreme has switched party alliances several times, but last ran as a libertarian. He has run in the last 6 presidential elections, but this time in 2020, he actually took some stances on real issues, such as COVID-19, not just the zombie apocalypse and all these crazy things that he likes to talk about. Vermin has some crazy stances, but believes that fundamentally there should not be government. Instead, people should take care of themselves and help other people with their basic needs. He is against the way education teaches some people to rely on government and would thus earn a negative in towning out. I debated giving him a manufacturing bonus as a joke because with Vermin in charge, production of boots and toothbrushes would go up. He often carries a toothbrush with him, but I did give him a youth vote. Once, Vermin ran for the lieutenant governor of Kansas because of a loophole, but he dropped out of the race after finding out that several teenagers were running, and he did not want to take votes away from them. He also has a crazy zombie windmill energy solution plan, and that would definitely call for a negative to oil and gas. Overall, it would be fun to play as Vermin Supreme. Let me know in the comments if you think that Vermin Supreme is fun and if you would play with him inside the game. Finally, the third candidate is William Howard Taft. These stats were provided by fellow lounger Tyler Barola, aka the President Camacho, the leader of the hashtag #AddAllOfThePresidents movement. Taft would appeal to both conservative and progressive wings of the old Republican Party. Taft was a big proponent of both Wall Street and big banks, and while he also supported workers' rights. So Taft had support from both sides, and thus would be a strong candidate. He also promoted conservatism like Teddy Roosevelt. Modest bonuses across the state group spectrum would make Taft a very playable candidate with only penalties in the Old South, oil and gas, agriculture, and evangelicals. Taft was also famously stuck in the bathtub. Maybe 270 can incorporate that in the artwork, but let me know what you guys think about all 3 of these candidates. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so, and I'll talk to you guys in the next 270 video.